Hey brother, so it's about 5 p.m. on Sunday night, and I've just gotten off of a binge of 4 hours since I got back from my morning walk at 1 p.m. of just bullshit YouTube videos. It was a mix of video game let's plays and self-improvement videos that I'm not going to take action on since I've watched so many already. And I had this instant realization that I knew I needed to journal on personally as well as make a video for, because you need to hear this as well. Essentially, the topic of today's video is that doing work on this passion project is more fun than any YouTube videos or video games or anime or movies or whatever that I could watch, right? I just thought that like it was just some natural thought, but then I was like, holy shit, that's probably one of the best thoughts that I've had all year. The thing that sparked this train of thought was that while I was on that 4-hour binge just now, randomly, by complete luck, the thought popped into my mind that, man, a week ago I recorded a video where I essentially started off the video by saying that I got back from my walk and I had the decision to either waste away the day on a binge or record a video. And a week ago I made the good decision, the delayed gratification decision of filming that video just right then and there. Today I'm even further in the life-saving dopamine detox and I fell to the bad instant gratification decision. And it made me think, man, like this is still an issue for me. I'm still being a lazy pussy bitch. And it made me realize that this isn't some new goal of mine. The first time that I set the goal to reduce the screen time that I spent on YouTube was actually in May 2020. And yeah, so today is Sunday, April 30th, 2023. And way back in May 2019, so 4 years ago, since tomorrow is going to be May 1st, 2023, 4 years ago, I set the goal to reduce my YouTube screen time, and I have put so many reasons why I should and so many points of pain to attach to the future where I didn't solve this thing. And because I didn't stay consistent and I did what I used to do, I used to, up until very recently, just go extreme on these life-changing goals. I would stick to it for a couple of days, a week max maybe, but then I would burn out. I would not be able to stay that extremely consistent on the second week, and then it would spiral into a terrible snowball of self-hate, self-loathing, like, oh man, I'm so weak, I'm not as cool as I thought I was. When I can't stick to my goals, oh man, I'm such a bitch. And it would get so bad, right? So I set the first written documentation of the goal to reduce my instant gratification. I didn't even know what instant gratification was at the time, but clearly I still had this same goal 4 years ago. 4 years ago, man. I still have the same goal to accomplish 4 years later. I don't even want to describe to you how negative that feeling is right now inside, but it just goes to show that my younger self, he knew what he was supposed to do, but because he didn't take consistent action, it led to 4 more years of essentially long-spanning failures, all accounting to the addiction to instant gratification. And that's why this channel is entirely about taking more consistent action on all of the good habits you already know. And if it's your first time watching a video on this channel, I'm Ethan, and I'm making videos on this channel for guys that are in the self-improvement depression stage of you already know everything you should be doing, but for whatever reason you haven't stayed consistent in taking action towards your delayed gratification goals. And in these videos, each time I give you a small easy prompt to take action and go from the frame of a man of intention who intends to do all this good into the frame of a man of action who learns something and immediately implements it into his life, so that the time spent learning was a good use of his time. If that sounds useful to you, I highly advise you to subscribe, because it'll be a win-win for both of us. Essentially, the point that I wanted to make in today's video was that in those 4 hours that I spent binging YouTube earlier today, it was like I had that split-second decision, right? Where you either choose and fall to the instant gratification, or you use your higher faculties and choose to do the delayed gratification actions. And unfortunately today I fell to the instant gratification. You know, I'm still perfecting this detox. And the thing is, it was like satisfying for the first 3 minutes of just watching videos, right? Of some other guys playing video games. But then after that, the satisfaction just became this low hum of like a bzzz, of like a neon light in terms of the satisfaction it gave, right? It was just this passive, like, it was not a deep, real enjoyment of the videos. I was just like mouth breathing, like, just watching like a fucking idiot. The thing that I realized after stopping that binge, you know, I gained, luckily, just an ounce of consciousness, and I grasped onto it heavily and then came to record this video, right? The lesson that I learned was there is literally nothing that I find more fun and that makes me happier on this dopamine detox than working on this channel. It's my passion project. It's not a stretch to say that the help that I give you watching this video, if I can help you save, you know, 6 years of your life by becoming an action-taking person on your self-improvement journey and graduating out of the self-improvement depression, then it kind of, it's a little bit of a stretch, not a crazy stretch, but a little bit still. It kind of validates those 6 years that I spent just watching fucking videos and not doing anything about it. And if it only saves you, like, let's say 2 or 3 years of your life, where today you become an action-taking guy, right? You learn something and you immediately implement it, rather than watching like 1,000 videos on how to talk to women, let's say, and then you only go and practice for like 20 minutes on like cold approaching or something. If you can simply watch a video and immediately implement it into practice and experience and exercises, then your trajectory on this shit is gonna be way faster than mine. Now, if my younger self was watching this, he'd be like, oh, that's bullshit. There's no way that working on anything can be fun, right? You know, there's no way any of this can be more fun than just turning your brain off and watching some funny videos. And to him, I would ask, like, how much enjoyment are you getting out of these? Like, are you laughing out loud, like, ha ha, like, or are you just like nose exhaling, like, as you scroll on Reddit like an idiot? The enjoyment I get out of filming this, editing it up, and then creating the video, it's different than like a ha ha ha, like crazy, hilarious kind of enjoyment, but it's more of a fulfillment where when I get this done, I'll go to sleep later tonight like, ah, that feels good, like, like, ah, you know, it was a good day, I got shit done, man, that felt good, you know? And slowly, one step at a time, by taking action this way, my self-esteem will improve, my self-love will improve, because I'm going to be having memories of me taking actions that non-verbally indicate, oh, this guy cares about himself. Rather than in the past, like 6 years, where I would spend an entire day binging like between 3 and 16 hours of instant gratification. I'm not even exaggerating. And then I would go to bed gaining the memories that I was acting like a guy who didn't care about himself. And after years of that, it really, really has an impact on your self-love. I strongly think that the reason I was able to come to this conclusion that doing the hard work is more fun than instant gratification was that I'm about on the 4th to 5th week of my dopamine detox right now. And I think I'm hitting that stage where it's like the plateau stage. I don't know if you were into nofap like 2-3 years ago, but one of the symptoms that all of the guys on nofap reported was that somewhere between like the 3, 4, 5 week mark, you would plateau and like flatline in terms of dopamine, and you would kind of just be like bored of everything. Like you would kind of just be chill in a way, you know, more stoic. And I think that I'm hitting something similar right now where it's like, you know, the dopamine detox, it's lost a little bit of its luster and excitement in terms of the fun of it, but obviously I'm gonna still continue on to it because I know this thing is gonna be life-saving. And I think I'm just getting kind of like a monk-like clarity when I'm thinking about these kind of topics now. One thing that needs to be said though, that I've never heard on self-improvement YouTube before, is that we need to just think of nofap as the first stage of your dopamine detox. You're literally reducing the amount of instant gratification and dopamine that you force into your brain every day by stopping forcing ejaculations and orgasms every night. I know it sounds kind of like really straightforward and basic right now, but in 6 years of self-improvement YouTube binging, I've never heard of another guy link nofap with dopamine detoxing. Dopamine detox always gets associated with like screens and stuff like that, but people forget nofap is just another extension, or even I would say like a prerequisite to a life-saving dopamine detox. I mean, both of them are just reducing instant gratification. You know, I just figured that needed to be said. Anyway, today's action mission that I want you to ask yourself before the video ends is, when was the first time that you really tried a dopamine detox? If you're similar to me, this was probably years ago of trial and error, and then maybe a span of a couple of months where you were in a bad rut and you weren't trying on any of your good self-improvement habits. You know, the pain I felt just a minute ago remembering that the first time I set this dopamine detox type goal was 4 years ago. Man, that pain shocked me into the action of filming this video. So by you remembering the first time you set the dopamine detox habit, because you probably have set it before you found my channel, I believe strongly that that pain will prompt you to take action right after this video. If there's a feeling of fear in your chest though, that you're gonna completely just disregard the lessons in this video and just keep binging and wasting your fucking time today, I have made a video specifically made to get you to take action after self-improvement videos that I'll put right here in the corner. You can use that if you are afraid that you're not going to take action, because if you're just going to binge it for no other reason, well then you miss the entire fucking point of this video and this entire channel. So only watch that video if you really need support to take action after the videos you watch. And with that, I'll see you in the next video.